Hello everyone, it's Lisa here and welcome back to my channel. So today we are building another base game house, and this base game home here is for 3 to 4 Sims in total. So there are 2 parents and there is a toddler, and the mother that I created for that build is pregnant. So therefore I decided to add a tiny little nursery as well. So it's technically for 4 Sims. So this is built in Willow Creek on a 20 by 15 lot, so it's not too big, but I think there's everything like you need, and I think the living and dining room is quite big. And yeah, so I really had a lot of fun building this one, because I feel like whenever I do base game builds, I always like discover new items, I think, or like discover items that I'm really not using that often because they're base game, and most of the times the base game items look a little bit weird and not too nice, and I don't really enjoy using them. But from time to time I really do like to do some base game only builds, and this one is base game only, and I'm also using the free holiday pack because it's for free and everyone can have that, so therefore I decided to use that as well. So also this house here is part of a save file because I don't know if you remember that, but like 2, 3, 4 months ago, I took part in a save file from a German Discord server where I am in this Discord server, and we did a modern Newcrest and also Oasis Springs. So we redecorated those 2 worlds, and we also decorated now Willow Creek, and Willow Creek is only base game and this free holiday pack. So if you're interested in getting that save file, it's linked down in the description box. However, just like to mention that, just a little disclaimer, it says that the save file is not only base game because the other 2 worlds are still in the save. So if you don't have all the packs, then you might have to delete Newcrest, the houses there and the families, or Oasis Springs, or I don't know. I know that this is not perfect, but that's just, it wasn't possible other way. But yeah, so just that you know that. But however, I think Willow Creek, the Sims who are there, they look amazing. Seriously, I think they all turn out so nicely, and there are also a couple of really beautiful houses, so just check that out if you want to. And yeah, so that's it for the save file. So it's linked down in the description box if you want to download that. And yeah, so the house is inspired by a picture that I saw on Pinterest, obviously, again, because all of my builds are inspired by Pinterest somehow. And there was this garage in front, I think so at least. To be honest, it is it's been a month since I built that, or started building that. The interior I did just last week, but the rest I did a month ago or so. So it's, yeah. But it's, yeah, inspired by this Pinterest picture. And I really wanted to have different platform levels in the front. You can see that here. This little area here is on a platform, and that took me quite some time to figure that out, how it worked and how I wanted everything, because I wanted to have a garage there. And yeah, so the garage door that you can see there, it's from the debug menu, and those plant boxes here, they are also from the debug menu. So I used a lot of debug objects here in the whole house because basically they make everything look better and you have so many more options with them. So therefore, I'm just, whenever I do base game builds, I tend to use them because they make everything look way more nicer. And especially landscaping. Debug items are so helpful if you have only base game and do landscaping, because the normal objects from the normal catalog, they are not that, you don't have that much variety. So therefore I really do like to use those debug items, this red bush here, for example. That's a debug item, and yeah, I really like that because it gave the whole house some red color scheme to it. The brick is red, and also the window boxes, they the flowers in there are also red, and I think that's kind of nice. And gives everything some kind of color flow. And oh, later on I will also add a red car in front, so that's perfect. Yeah, so I think, no, not now, but I think the car should be like coming soon there actually, because yeah. Okay, as you can see, I also added those window boxes everywhere. They are like from the debug menu, as I said, but I used those balconies, which are also in the like wall decoration section from the build mode, and I sized them down and just made it look like they were those window boxes and made them look they supposed to be there. And yeah, I just think that this looks nice and gives everything a little bit more of a touch of whatever. And yeah, so that's why I did that. And yeah, now I'm just starting to do some terrain paint, because I think like if you are not that good into building, or like if you're not that, I don't know, long into building, then just a little tip from me, like terrain paint, make everything look so much more realistic and nicer. And I just like a house without terrain paint, I think it doesn't look right to me. I think like at least around the house and everything, I'm just always adding a little bit of terrain paint just to have some kind of shadows maybe also. So I really like to use terrain paint. So just a little tip, if you don't like your builds, then use terrain paint. That's a really nice thing that you can do. So yeah. And now I'm starting to decorate the front patio, and yeah, I had a lot of space there and I used those base game items, those the couch here, and yeah, they are base game, like, yeah. Okay, I think I will probably tell over the whole build that this item is base game and this one too and this, because I'm used to telling you what kind of items are from which pack, but in this house everything is base game. Yeah, and you can also already like see some furniture inside the house. That's basically just for placeholders when I did the floor plan, because I struggled a lot with the floor plan, like seriously, that was so difficult, and it just didn't work. And the staircase that's actually not a difficult word to pronounce, but I don't know. The staircase was just like horrible to place. It just didn't work out. But I managed it, and now I'm doing a little sand pit here in the backyard for the toddler so that she can play in there. And this is functional. The toddler can go above those planks, which are also from the debug menu. Same like those stones here, which I absolutely adore. And those stones like on the floor, they make everything look way more nicer, I think. And it gives so much detail, and I absolutely love that. So as you can see, I decided, or like I tried to add as much items I could, because just to make it look cluttered a little bit, but just like not too cluttered. But I wanted to add a lot of items, since the base game items are, most of them are just like totally not my style, and most of them I can't use. So therefore I really enjoyed to use those debug items and just some items that fit, and yeah, whatever. So yeah, now I'm adding a little barbecue here, or it's actually not that little, it's quite big. But there's also this dining table here for the outside, and I'm also adding another seating area there, because I had so much space and we don't have any outdoor activities for base game. Like we do have a few, but really not that many. Now that I'm like seeing this, I think I could have added a chess table outside here as well, because there is none on the interior. And that's something I used to always add when I'm doing base game builds, because it's a nice skill building item. And yeah, but anyways, so there's the seating area, and in the end I had so much fun taking those screenshots actually, because the toddler, she is the cutest toddler ever, or at least it seems to be like that. I think toddlers in The Sims are in general pretty cute, and yeah, she was sitting there on that chair and I took a screenshot, and I think that's so adorable. And also I think in the whole screenshots I did a lot of pictures from that toddler, because she was so cute. But yeah, also if you want to see more from that family, which is also included in the save file, in the end I have to think before I speak. So at the very end of the video, I did a little like scene or a short video from that family, how they are like in the park, which is also here in that save file. There is a park, like the very big one, which I actually also already have decorated. It's the Willow Creek park, and I think that's one of my most favorite builds, actually, that park I decorated. But I'm not speaking about my park, I'm speaking of the park that I don't know what's going on with pronunciations today, I'm sorry. Virtual Fairy Tales. She built a church there, and only with a base game. And I have to, like, I highly suggest you to check that out in the end, because that church is amazing, and it's just base game that's so mind-blowing, and she's really talented with tool mod especially and everything. And yeah, so just like, if you want to see that, stick around till the end, or just skip the screenshots if you are not interested in screenshots, because I think that a lot of people do that, but some people are interested in them. And yeah, so just like a little, like, if you want to see that. And there you can also see my family a little bit more. But yeah, so now you could have just seen me doing the whole living room, and I added a fireplace there, which is functional. Like, everything in this build is functional. I play tested it, and yeah. So I also added a little dollhouse, which is actually not that little, because they are like humongous in The Sims. I have no idea why they make those doll houses so big. So therefore I sized it down, and they are still functional if you size them down, and that's kind of nice. So I think I sized it down one time, but yeah, and it still looks normal if the Sims play with them if you size it down one time. I don't know what about it, like if you size it down 2 or 3 times, I don't know how it looks then, but if you size it down one time, it's still functional and it still looks okay. So here I'm trying to find some decorations that I want to put on the table here, but I think I'll end up with this like fruit bowl. And yeah, so there I'm adding a little side table, and I think I will clutter it up with a lot of kids items, actually, because like, since there is a toddler living in this house, and like soon to be 2 toddlers actually, or like a baby, which is basically just an object in The Sims. Maybe someday we will have babies which are not objects anymore, but I don't know. And yeah, but honestly, I don't really care that much, because I don't play the game anyway, so I'm not like... It would be kind of nice to build like nurseries which are really functional and have a purpose other than just like decoration. So that would be kind of nice. For that purpose, I would love to have functional babies, or not functional, but like babies which are not just objects. But to be honest, I'm just not that, like, it's not my #1 priority. I think my #1 priority now is getting that new pack, which is coming like in a month. It's still a month. It's so long, and I can't wait to have that pack. I really want to have that. It's the perfect pack for me, I think, like, because I can build so many nice cottages, and I already have so many nice ideas. And if you have any suggestions what I should build with the new pack, then just write them down in the comments, and I will definitely like look through them and see if anything of that like really inspires me and makes me want to build something. Or I'm definitely going to write them down, all of them. That's what I always do. If I get some suggestions from you, I always write them down. And like, whenever I'm like, okay, I don't know what I want to build now, then I always go through them, and sometimes there's something like, yeah, I want to build that. And yeah, so just like, I'm always open for suggestions. It's such a difficult word for me to pronounce, actually, but you know what I mean. So yeah, and just like, so feel free to write anything in the comments that you want to build, like, not want to build, that you would like that you would like to see me building. So that's how you say it, I think. Yeah. So back to the build. There you could have just seen me decorating the kitchen, and I really like the kitchen. I think it's cute and tiny and not too big, and the staircase here is actually kind of nice, and that little yellow chair I've added there is just, I think it looks kind of nice there because it gives some color. And I just thought that the sim, like the toddler, could sit there while the mother is like cooking and doing some like dishes maybe. And I'm sorry if you can hear my phone like making noises in the background. I hope it will stop soon. But maybe you don't even know that. But not know. Maybe you don't even like recognize that because it's not too loud. But I don't know. I'm just doing my voiceover here. And I really don't like to cut my voiceovers because then it's always like feeling for me like it's not that natural anymore. And like when I cut my voiceovers and do things like 3 or 4 times, then I always forget things, or like I'm just like, okay, have I already said that? Or didn't I said that? And did I said that and cut that out? And I don't know. So that's why I always like, my voiceovers are normally just like a one take, and I just ramble a lot in them. So yeah, I don't know. But here is the little garage that I built. And I really like when I'm doing garages, I want them to be like an actual garage. So therefore I've added this workbench, woodworking bench, that's how you say it, and also some fitness items and one plant box there, so that your Sims, they can just like plant something in there, even though it doesn't make any sense at all because, oh yeah, there is a little window, so the plant will get some sunlight, but not too much. And I also added this barrel there because I thought in a garage that's something like, there you could probably store something like that. So that's why I added that. And I think the garage should be done now because I was really like, I didn't know what to put there. It was really difficult for me, but yeah. So now I'm doing the second floor, and I've added this bookcase here in the corner from that hallway, and it is actually functional. I didn't thought that it's functional. I thought, okay, I'm just going to place it there for decoration purposes, but it was functional. So I was a little bit confused about that, but fine. It's okay for me if it's functional. And there was also the bathroom that you could have just maybe see in the corner of the screen, and that's like, I didn't show that on camera because it's just simply the exact same items like I used downstairs. And yeah, so just, and in both of the bathrooms I placed down a toddler potty so that your toddler can like go to the toilet. And now I'm decorating the toddler's room, and I think this room is so cute and adorable. And yeah, but one thing I realized, I forgot to decorate that. Like, do you see that nightstand there and also the shelf on the wall? I just simply totally forgot to decorate them. So when I took the screenshots, I realized that. I don't know what was going on there because like I could never like leave shelves empty or something like that. It's also like a building tip I have maybe for you. Like if you build something and just have some empty shelves somewhere, or empty nightstands, or empty, like, I don't know, like some surfaces which are completely empty, it's just something which I'm not able to cope with, because for me that's just so unrealistic. Like, I don't know, why would you have shelves on the wall if they are like empty and if there's nothing on them? So just a little tip, like if you want to make it look nicer or anything like that, just like fill them up with items. So that's pretty nice. Like, and if you don't know what to place on them, plants are always a really nice option, and you can always place plants everywhere, I think. Like, plants are always nice to have, yeah. And here is actually the parents' bedroom. So it's not too big, but I managed to fit in that big double bed here. And I'm also adding, like, on the opposite side of the room, there is the little nursery. Like, it's not a real room, the nursery, it's just there, and like, it's not too big. But yeah, that's mostly it for the whole video, I think. I'm just like decorating everything, and here I'm actually using the same picture, like, which I used downstairs in the entryway as well. And yeah, that was not on purpose, because it's been some like weeks between decorating the entryway and decorating this room here, actually. But I'm not too sure if I changed that. You will see that in the screenshots if you're interested in seeing if I changed that or not, but I don't remember. So I already placed down this baby bed there, but like, I think it's pink, but you can definitely change the color if you want to have, like, I don't know. But anyway, so I think we are almost at the end of the video. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. That would really help me out. And you can subscribe to my channel. That would also be super nice of you. And yeah, you can find the build on the gallery. My ID is sunnysimsieyt, and the link to that is also in the description box. And if you want to have the tray files of that build, they are also linked in the description box on my Patreon. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye!